The presidential inauguration is a solemn ceremony marked with cultural entertainment at the end. The president-elect takes an oath of office in front of multitudes of people and foreign dignitaries.
So help me God.
The oath is in terms of Schedule 2 of the Constitution, seen as a pledge by the president-elect to the nation. UNISA-based political analyst Professor Lisiba Tefu explains the significance of an oath.
In this instance, we have the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. It prescribes the duties and responsibilities of the head of state. And the head of state is effectively making a promise to all and sundry, perhaps with his hand on the Bible, that I will, by all means possible, with all that I have, uphold the Constitution, never violate it, but never violate the Constitution at all times, and never ever give less than what I'm expected to do. That's the first bit. The second bit says, should I fail to uphold the Constitution as prescribed and as expected of me, necessary sanctions must attend to my failure to do as expected. So implicit in that solemn statement is that I'm also available to be punished should I fail or break my promise to the nation.
Government has thus far received confirmation from 26 heads of state and 11 prime ministers who will attend President Zuma's second-term inauguration ceremony. Also in attendance will be 4 former heads of state and 4 eminent persons. Veteran anti-apartheid struggle activist and retired top diplomat Ambassador Billy Mudise is amongst the first senior diplomats to serve the post-apartheid democratic government under former President Nelson Mandela. I asked him what does it take to ensure that the needs of visiting heads of state are catered for when attending ceremonies like the presidential inauguration.
It's a tremendous challenge, but as you know, we've hosted many international conferences, many international activities. We've had heads of state from all over the world who don't even speak to each other, some of the heads of state, who don't like each other at times. And you as a host of South Africa, you make sure that none of these heads of state are isolated, are victimized by the other bigger countries and smaller countries. And you might find yourself neglecting the small countries and focusing on the big brothers from the developed countries. And it's a sensitive issue. Each one is a state, and the United Nations says we are equal. So you treat all of them when they come here equally. And it's not possible, it's not easy on the ground, because the one who's got a big muscle has got also resources like better cars, if you put it that way.
About 118 foreign ambassadors resident in South Africa will also attend the ceremony. Democratic Republic of Congo's ambassador to South Africa, Ben Mpoko, is Dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
Pretoria has the second largest diplomatic representation in the world, which means everybody wants to come to South Africa. Every country would like to establish diplomatic relationship with South Africa. Even those who are planning to have a relationship with the other African countries, they come here first and then they observe the rest of the continent before they establish themselves elsewhere. So South Africa has played a very major role by attracting the diplomatic community. So it's a country which has the support of the international community in whatever it does, whether it's investment opportunities, whether it's tourism, whether it's elections. This is a country that has a lot of support. As you know, South Africa is a member of SADC, is a member of G20, is a member of BRICS, and so forth and so on. South Africa has played a major role in the United Nations. They served twice as a non-permanent member of the Security Council. This is a major accomplishment for a young country.
President Zuma secured his second term of office after the ruling party's 62% reduced majority victory. Head of Political Economy at the Mapungube Institute for Strategic Reflections, Dr. Mcebisi Ndletjana, says whilst President Zuma's second term of office will not be an easy ride. There's much to celebrate about the country's democratic dispensation.
Well, I think firstly, let's recognize the fact that it's an inauguration of a president following a democratic elections. In other countries, these things don't happen. It is a very important ritual which affirms our democratic tradition, us as a democratic society. And this is the fifth parliament. So it would seem that elections are kind of becoming routine with us. So we are beginning to, or increasingly accepting that election is the only way of changing and electing leaders. So, you know, for a new country, for a country in Africa, that's something to celebrate. That's very important. That's a milestone.
Once the formal proceedings of the presidential inauguration ceremony are completed, a cultural event will take place on the southern lawns of the Union buildings. People have been transported from different provinces across the country to witness the event. Tsepo Ikaning, SABC News, at the Union buildings, Pretoria.